Next, check out this long-range lob from Ricky Rubio to DeAndre Ayton. Nick, is Ricky the best lob thrower we have in the game right now?
Right now, yeah. I'd take Rubio. That is pretty damn impressive, and I've seen it over and over from him.
Scotty.
I say depending on who's receiving it.
There you go. There you go.
You can't make a bad pass when you pass Anthony Davis. Just throwing that out there.
Throw it anywhere, he get it. All right, miss dribbling. Crunch time in San Francisco, and Nikola Jokic looks like he might have gotten away with a little bit of a double dribble. Scotty, this is the worst double dribble since when?
Oh man.
Is that it?
I got no words for that.
Oh wait, let's see. Oh, we got the best of. My! Yo, come on, come on now. And they didn't call it. They didn't call Amir Johnson. Come on, man.
Your man Steve Kerr had some words for that last night.
Oh yeah.
We can't really play him back on TV though.
Oh,
Steph got away with it so bad he was laughing. Kyrie, yeah, that's a good one too. Nice two hands on the ball. But no, Jokic right here. Come on, man.
That was bad.
Come on.
Maybe they don't call double dribble in the league no more.
What are they looking at? And whenever these bad things happen, what are the refs looking at? All right, Meg. Did I hit the knot? All right, Donovan Mitchell dropped 46 last night in a loss against the Pelicans and had a few nasty snatchbacks. Pip, how would you have defended this?
Fouling. They say you don't foul a jump shooter, but you got to foul a guy if he do this to you.
Oh, man. Like, I'm Nick,
snap back.
You got to wrap him up?
Oh, absolutely. Mitchell, he is a superstar now. Has he taken that step?
Is he an all-star?
He's getting close. Not quite yet.
Not quite.
It's still too many good players left in the West.
It is.
I'm sorry.
It's going to be tough for those coaches. Not so tough for the media. All right, Miss Hands. Tommy Thompson of the San Jose Earthquake played horse inside Chase Center and kicked in this ridiculous over-the-backboard shot. Guys, how many times would it take you to hit this? Let me start with you, Nick, because you look like you played soccer growing up.
Infinity. I played soccer growing up.
You're from Orlando.
That doesn't mean I am ever hitting that shot in my life. They call me Nick the Pick for a reason. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
At least a billion times.
At least a billion? I don't know, man. I feel like I could do it.
No.
I feel like give me 10 tries. I think I can get it done.
No.
Come on. Positivity. Make sadness. Chris Haynes of Yahoo reports that Ja Morant will not participate in the slam dunk contest because, get this, he wants to stay healthy for the rest of the season. Nick, are you as bummed about this as I am?
Yeah, because this is a showcase for a lot of young players through the years. I would have loved to have seen it as a fan, and I know Ja would have had that Chicago crowd rocking.
You know what? I'm a little disappointed, but I got to respect his decision. Young players go to the All-Star game, have too great of a time, and the second half of the season is just disaster.
I blame the Grizzlies. They're winning too much. You should have been bad, so then he would have absolutely wanted to do it. Now that you're winning in the playoff contention, of course he's going to try and rest and be healthy and do the smart thing. All right, let's get to that Nuggets-Warriors game from last night. Nuggets pulled off a three-point win in overtime, and Michael Porter Jr. was a huge contributor with 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. After the game, Nuggets head coach Michael Malone gave MPJ a full endorsement. Tell us more about that, Nate.
I mean, Michael Malone sat there right afterwards and was like, this guy is a huge part of our future. He knows his role on the team. He knows he's going to be the first sub off the bench every night. But what was
just
more,
reading your own tweet.
Yeah, that's right. But what was more impressive to me is that Malone says what he says. You walk in the locker room, those guys were beaming because they know that Porter is the secret weapon. There was all that chatter about where is Denver going to get some more star power from. They know that this kid has all the talent. And when you watch him play last night, the last few weeks, you see a kid who not only knows he has the talent to produce on a high level, he's got the confidence to back it up.
Scotty, let me ask you. He's a rookie. He sat out his whole first year rehabbing that back injury. He played great last night. He's had some other games against Dallas a few days ago where it was not so great. Is it too soon for us to expect these things of him? To kind of like, you got to be our second or third best player?
No, I don't think it's too soon because even though you're saying he's a rookie, he's really not a rookie because he's been around the NBA game for a while. He's adjusted to the lifestyle. He's adjusted to the travel. He's watched a lot of games right from the sidelines. So this is not surprising me. Players are always hungry and ready to get on the basketball court. They're working harder than the players that are on the court. So this kid has been putting in overtime, triple time, and it's really paid off for him. And I think he was that third piece that the Denver Nuggets needed.
Nick, can you see a scenario where he's starting by the time the playoffs come around?
I think that Michael Malone would love to keep him coming off the bench, but he has the talent. And everybody kind of forgot because he sat so long. This kid was right at the top of that draft a couple years ago. So many teams loved him. The medicals came back bad right before. If he comes up and he starts to play even better in the next few months, he's that guy off the bench or in the starting lineup either way.
MPJ's performance last night was the story of the game. But before the game, we had an even bigger story, perhaps. Klay Thompson was seen warming up in full uniform.
Jackie Moon!
Nick, everybody love everybody. Based on what you've seen being around the team, do you think we'll see Klay on the court sometime this season, Nick?
No, I do not. But there is a chance that it happens because Klay wants back so badly. He has been rehabbing. What we didn't see the last couple months, guys, is the games start. Klay's in the back sometimes getting his work in as the games are going on. Then he comes out to the bench. He desperately wants to be on the floor, but it's an ACL injury. Steve Kerr said it many times. And he noted the other night, I thought was interesting. He's asked Steph and Klay to be around the team a lot more because he wants the younger guys to hear their voice and get to know them personally.
Right.
So you're going to see Steph soon in the next month, 6 weeks, back on the floor. Klay, I'd be surprised if he plays again this year.
You think he plays?
No, I don't think he is.
You think he should play? How about that?
I don't think he should play.
All right.
I think we all have to recognize that this young man, he's a gym rat. So we're going to be seeing this all the time, him in the gym shooting. But if I'm the Golden State Warriors, I hold him back.
All right. All right, Nick, we're going to say goodbye to you for now, but stick around because we're going to circle back with you in a little bit. Coming up, Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson, co-hosts of the Knuckleheads podcast for Players Tribune, are going to join us to talk about their early 2000 Clippers teams and the Clippers of today. Stay tuned. But first,
They can't shoot over there.
it's time for some straight talk sound bites. Here's Alvin Gentry on the refs last night, trying not to get fined.
Oh, we
What
got
did the officials say at the end of regulation?
They didn't say anything. They didn't say anything. Just no, they didn't say anything.
Okay.
What do you think?
Will you pay the fine? If you'll pay the fine, I'll tell you exactly how I think about it.
Who's the first person to bust your ass?
I remember Mitch Richmond.
He cooked me.
Vashawn Leonard. Remember Vashawn Leonard?
Rashawn Leonard was the
Rashawn
first
Leonard,
person
yeah.
to bust my. That's crazy. I see. Thank you.
That's my money. He don't know this, but I was at him.
Like no rim. You know what I mean? It was like bottoms.
So you asked that question wrong. It's supposed to be the opposite. Who was the first person that got their ass busted by me? Unfortunately, it was you guys.
What?
Who got that work? I busted y'all ass.
What?
Hold up, no.
Jeff McGinnis.
Okay, say that.
Yeah,
say
it was
that.
Jeff McGinnis, my rookie year.
Okay.
You talking about cheesing? I was cheesing.
Oh, man. Well, y'all missed the Kyrie Calderon one. That's my favorite one. We now welcome to the show former NBA players Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles to the Knuckleheads podcast. Now, before the break, we saw you guys shooting around, and I want to let you know the OG Scottie Pippen wasn't just talking, because we got some footage of Scottie warming up today. This is not edited, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, baby, this is how I come in.
Oh, okay.
Glass.
The glass still there, the bank still open?
Yeah, the bank's
Yeah,
there.
the bank is always open for that man over there. Quick question for you guys, because you guys are both Chicago. You East St. Louis. Chicago guys grew up watching this guy.
Absolutely.
What does it mean when what was it like watching Scottie Pippen? What did he mean to y'all as your career becoming players, and then when you finally got to the league?
Man, for me growing up, I mean, you know, I'm a homegrown kid, so I mean, him, Mike, everybody, they was everything. I told you last year when I got to come up here, it was surreal for me to be sitting here with him, man, growing up, watching him achieve so much and do so much for the city and inspiring all of us. I mean, him along with MJ made me want to put on a jersey and hoop and go emulate him. So he big time legend for us up here.
Yeah, watching WGN, and we used to watch all 82 games, you know, being in the Midwest. And, you know, my game just kind of went from just being just like Scotty's, playing defense, trying to shoot off the backboard, just everything, and just how chopped he was. He looked like a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like you can draw Scotty.
You made us want to get in the weight room, him and Mike.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear this.
You guys played together. Now I hear you live across the street from each other. Is the love like never to be broken here?
Never.
I watch you guys play together.
We brothers, man. It's like the way we came up playing AAU together. It was crazy, and it was a real situation where we got drafted together. So everything was built organically and real, man. And this is something that, to the day we die, man, we bros.
Yeah, I've been knowing Q since I was like 15 years old. He was 2 years older than me, so he always been like a big brother.
Man, it's crazy that y'all knew each other growing up, and then you end up in the NBA on the same team coming out, basically your first NBA experience. Those Clipper teams were really popular, despite y'all didn't go to the playoffs or have deep runs, but some of the most popular teams at that time. Are you surprised by how popular those Clipper teams were?
We were. I mean, I think, when you in it and you're going through it and you're trying to make your way, you're not really seeing everything that's going on. But little by little, as my career went further and further along, more and more young kids, teammates coming into the league telling me, like, dude, we used to be doing the thing that y'all was doing. Different guys you meet and you interact with, and then you realize, like, this was like a countrywide situation that was going on. Then we go back and get brought back to the Clippers, and they kind of acknowledge that era as our era. So it's like, for us, it was kind of surprising and overwhelming, but it's all love, man, and we appreciate the love from everybody remembering that.
Yeah, it's truly a blessing. Like, we appreciate for it.
It's crazy. I remember that TV show Sideline LA Hoops, man.
Yeah.
When I was in Phoenix, we cut a clip from that show of Alvin asleep on the plane, because Alvin loved to take naps everywhere. It was one of my favorite shows watching back then. Well, the Clippers right now are currently the 3rd seed in the West, and they've lacked a little bit of consistency. They're different lineups. D-Miles, let me ask you, what should the Clippers look for in the trade deadline to help fix this team?
I think they need one more big. If they can get one more big to just give them a little bit more size, I think they'll be all right. I think everything else is kind of forming itself with Mo Harkins and all them guys kind of stepping up in the assistant role.
Q?
For me, I would agree, like maybe a shot blocking athletic type center, but I think the Darren Collison situation would be interesting to see whether he chooses the Lakers or the Clippers, and I think that'll be impactful to either one of those teams. But it's it's a lot of rumors out there with teams like Spencer Dinwiddie could be on the move, Derrick Rose could be on the move to either of the LA teams. So I think those are the things that I think may or may not happen.
Scotty, you think they need to add anything?
I really don't. I would really like to see the Clipper team on the court consistently. This load management and all that, like, I don't really get it. I like to see them make a run. I think if they played their players night in and night out, we would see a better Clipper team than what we're seeing now. I think they're kind of winning games on the fly. They're very talented, but they're not playing great basketball. They're not getting on a run like you see with teams like the Lakers, where they can win 10 out of 12 games. They have to keep their personnel on the floor. I think that's the important thing, where they can find some consistency.
All right, moving along, Giannis has been noticing players trying to draw fouls by falling to the ground and flailing in front of him. Here's what Giannis had to say after the game last night. Quote, "It's kind of hard because in the NBA, the way it's built, they want you to flop. It wants you to be weak, kind of, because sometimes I think when you're strong and you're going through contact, they don't call a foul. But when you're flopping and kind of going into the contact and throwing the ball out, they're going to call a foul. But that's not who I am. That's not what I'm going to do." Q, do you agree with Giannis? Does the league want you to flop?
I don't know if I would say they want you to flop, but I would agree with him as far as saying that he's going to be who he is and he's going to go through the contact and continue to attack the rim. But, I think what you're hearing from him is a little frustration, because I think he's starting to see that some guys are flopping and getting a call against him. But I think he's doing the right thing by saying, I'm going to continue to attack the rim and do what he's doing.
He's talking about Marcus Smart, right? Like, why are we pretending?
Right.
Why don't we? He's talking about Marcus Smart. Darius, do you think that's a thing that affects him as far as his game?
I think as a defender, it's a mind game. Sometimes you try to draw a charge. Sometimes you be physical. And I think a lot of teams in the league and defenders in the league is mixing it up with him. They can't just let him continue to just come down and just full court dunk them all the time.
Right.
Scotty, is there a difference between flopping, no one touched me and I fell down, and selling the contact? Like, I got hit, but I'm going to extra do it up so the refs see it.
I think you're seeing a very dominant player in Giannis. Guys are going to try anything on him. He's very difficult to guard. Guys are going to flop. He reminds me a lot like Shaq. He's bringing nothing but force and power, and if you can't withstand it, he's going to go straight through you. So I understand what he's saying, that, he's not hitting guys that hard, and officials are buying it. So he's not changing his game.
To me, the only problem I had with his comment is he made it seem like the league today. And I would say LeBron went through this, Shaq went through it, Wilt went through it. Whenever you're a more physical force than everybody else, they try to foul you hard because if they don't, they know you're going to finish through the contact. But a lot of times refs, for whatever reason, they don't notice. You know?
And, I mean, to be honest, sometimes those type of guys, like you say, the Shaqs, the LeBrons, Giannis, they can be difficult for officials to guard because, like you say, they're relentless in coming through and going through contact. So sometimes it's hard to tell when you that strong and you going through stuff. Did he really get hit that much? Should I have, you know what I'm saying? So they have to watch that over and try and practice and get used to what he's doing too.
So the last thing is, you know, Rachel ain't here, I'm here. And when I'm here and we have guests, I see you guys have merch. Got some merch? I got some, you know?
Hey, we got people that can handle that for you.
There you
go.
go.
Get you taken care of. You know, behind the scenes, we got you squared away.
Awesome. See, you guys are tremendous, man. Darius Good, thank you for stopping by. Coming up, who are the best trash talkers in the NBA today? Real quick, who y'all got? The best trash talker in the NBA?
I like Joel Embiid. I like the way he get in people's heads, and he pretty much back it up.
Yeah, I like Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler.
Scotty, we're going to wait on your answer after the break. Oh, you got a good one.
Please wait. Let me preface it. It's not as real as it used to be, but if we had to choose today, that's where I'm going.